Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have several aluminum block lighters, which we are going to compare, discuss, and just generally take a look at. I did a video on this lighter just here recently. A couple of videos actually. You may or may not have seen it this time. I'm not sure whether they've been published yet or not. This is kind of, I've put them here in the order of sort of what I saw is the crudeness level, starting down here and going up to the more intricate or well-made, more thought-out models this way. This first one is definitely what I would term homemade or garage made, shop made, something like that. I don't believe that this was a commercially produced lighter, but the one thing that would lead me to believe that it would be the fact that it has a screwdriver in the bottom. That's a detail I wouldn't expect to see on a lighter that somebody had just put together in their garage. And the hinge put together with just a brass pin pushed in. Some of the edges are more like burrs. They're not really finished. Kind of see that there. Has the very small roller here, which is not the only one that you'll see like that. This one I'm really not sure about. It has a place on the side cut out like it was maybe an advertising panel there, but I don't know, that could have just been machined out in a machine shop. When I saw this in the lot it was in, the listing, the estate sale listing that I bought it in, it kind of reminded, I knew it was an aluminum block lighter. That's basically why I'm opening it up here, to show you the inside, see those threads and all. But it kind of reminded me of a roller light in its profile. I couldn't see exactly how much that overhung, but yeah, pretty cool looking little lighter. If it did have advertising, I wish that the advertising was still present, but it has no other markings. It has no markings that I could find, and you know, not the most precision looking of machining done there. Same as this lighter, it has some interesting striations or ridges machined in here for you to be able to grip the lighter or grip the lid, the lift arm. I like this lighter a lot. It's very sturdy, definitely a solid block. Has a paper gasket still intact, no markings. Again, the short roller like the first one. And a pin for the hinge again, like the first one. The second one actually has a screw, so that hinge could be disassembled. Maybe another video on this lighter. If you like videos about old Petrol lighters, ashtrays, Tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms, please subscribe to the channel. Also, please like the video that you are watching. I like this lighter a lot. This one is a Sharpo lighter. It is marked, which is pretty rare among aluminum block lighters. I should pause. I meant to say this back at the beginning of the video. Aluminum block lighters began to proliferate, I believe, after World War II. Maybe during World War II, but definitely during the period after, and I believe even continuing into the Korean War, maybe. But other metals were being used in the war effort, so aluminum was the only metal that was available in surplus. So you see a lot of lighters in that time that were built out of aluminum, and many of them the garage unmarked variety. Except for the lesser, the better known brands, say like the Rogers pipe lighter and the Cygnus, Penguin Cygnus that we'll get to, it's kind of a rarity to see. More often, aluminum block lighters seem to be unmarked rather than marked, and especially so well as this one, which you can go back and see the video on this Sharpo Josephson and Sharp lighter, Glendale, California, I believe. Advertising armor. Very nifty, solid lighter. It also has a multifunctional fill screw. And a very tight mechanism. Very good lighter. Josephson and Sharpo. The next one is the Nika, which has the weird flint mechanism, the long arm flint spring here. Flint goes in that hole, and it's also got the roller over here on the other side. Very cool, very nice. Swiss made. With a spare flint compartment there in the flint spring or fill screw. And to my mind, probably the most prominent of the aluminum block lighters is the Cygnus Petrol lighter, made in Japan. There were advertising models, anodized in different colors, like I know I've seen gold at least. Maybe others have advertising along the back. Very cool. These have always reminded me of the Dunhill roller light. Not in the way they feel, of course, being made out of aluminum, because they're extremely light, but with the long roller actuating the spark. And then the Rogers pipe lighter is an aluminum block lighter. You may have seen the video I did on it. It's just a whole board straight through there. Not much to it. But this anodizing process, you can see where some of the gold is worn off on this one. The other one that I sold, that I did the individual video on, it was in much better condition. It didn't have all this wear on it. I believe the fill screw is brass. I could be wrong. I've said before I'm not an expert on metals, so don't hold me to it. But I believe the fill screw is made out of brass on the Rogers. And if I can get the camera to focus on that. Maybe the camera's focusing, I just can't see it. Anyway, that says Rogers, made in England. Rogers pipe lighter. And I don't know whether the entire mechanism is made of aluminum. Obviously the flint wheel's not. But the Rogers pipe lighter is a very nice aluminum block lighter as well. If you like these kind of videos, please tell your friends about the channel. Hit the share button, send that link off in a text, email, post it on social media, however it is that you communicate with folks nowadays, and let them get a look at it for themselves. Leave any comments or questions below. We would also appreciate it if you would follow and like us across all the social media platforms. That'll be Dependable Flame or DependableFlame.com on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and of course eBay. Until next time.